It's very, very easy to become impatient with items that you have listed in your store. When you know they have a certain value. All right, guys, so what's up? It's good to have you back with me today. This is Bama Jaybird Resell. I am Josh, and I'm just going to do a quick what sold video with you today. I don't have a whole lot to talk about. I may give you a few tips and pointers along the way, but the first item I have going out, and this is out of 10 orders for $475.36, 10 orders. First is a set of vinyl figures. These are all stitch figures. So these are small, you can see up to my hand. So what I do with those, I don't know if you ever look for these when you're out like in thrift stores or at yard sales, but a lot of times at a thrift store, they'll bag these things up and hang them on the wall. And there will be bags that have, you know, maybe 10, 12, maybe more sometimes of these vinyl figures in them. Now, I wouldn't say that all vinyl figures are worth picking up, but the Disney ones, I've bought Sesame Street and sold them well. You can divide them up into lots kind of based on subject matter and theme. I did princesses. I did, of course, those Stitches. I've got another set of Lilo and Stitch, like a sorted set. Like I said, different sets of Sesame Street characters, and they've always done well for me. What I tend to put in the listing title is cake topper. That's a really good keyword to add in there, and I think it really helps get clicks and helps get attention because there's a lot of people searching for things to decorate children's cakes with, and these tend to do really well when you list them that way. So anyway, 3 of these, $8.87 plus shipping. Now, the next item, also a little bit obscure maybe for some. This is a set of 9 vintage cross-stitch books. So 9 of these are magazines. They're not really books. These are like little magazines. They have the patterns and stuff in them. These are holiday ones. Now, holiday ones do better than others, but I got these for $1 a piece. So I got 90 cents in them. I sold them for $11.99 plus shipping. So to me, that's a good sale. Now, it's not a high dollar sale, but it's a high profit sale. Very little into this. Most of what I sell it for is profit. Same way with those stitch figures. I got a big bag full of these vinyl figures. There's probably 15 or 20, and I paid $1.99. You can't really beat that. I've got like 3 lots that I made up out of that. I'm probably going to end up making, you know, $15 to $20 at least profit off of a $1.99 purchase. I mean, I don't see how you can go wrong doing that. And they're very easy to list and definitely easy to ship. So next, I'm still selling through these CDs. These are also out of that buyout from the storage unit, one of my previous videos. This is a set of 3 Roy D. Mercer, the prank call CDs, comedy, and I sold these for $13.87 plus shipping. All right, so the next item I've got going out is also CDs, and this is another set of comedy CDs. This includes Willie P. Richardson, Phone Pranks, James Gregory, Steve Harvey, Rick and Bubba. Just a pretty wide assortment. Joe Rogan. There are 14 of these, and these sold for $18.87 plus shipping. Again, that's not a lot per CD, and I get that, 14 for $18, but you got to remember, I've got like less than a quarter each in these. And so, you know, if you take the 14 at a quarter, what is that? $3.50 into $18.87. I mean, again, and this is one of the lower dollar lots that I put together. Most of my lots were $20 to $30, $40. So you just can't beat that. I mean, I'm still collecting money off of that buy. All right, this next item is a new with tags, vintage, real comfort linen dress. It is an extra large. You kind of see the tag here. It's like a check, kind of black and gray, white check. Can't see it real good through the bag, but it's a really nice little kind of a jumper style dress. Of course, linen is fairly popular, and I didn't get a big price on this. This sold for $15 plus shipping. I just took an offer. I actually bought that thinking that my wife might be interested in it, but she was kind of, you know how that goes sometimes. So, but I knew it'd also be something I could sell. I only paid $2 for it at Salvation Army. So, I mean, 2 into 15 is still not bad. It's just not a big money sale. All right, next item. So I've had a few of these sell recently. If you've been watching the videos, I sold some plates. I've also sold a set of cups, and now I sold this pasta bowl. This is a 9-inch Lennox solitaire white pasta bowl, and this I sold to the same buyer that bought the other 2 items. So it's been one a week now for a few weeks. They've been, or about one a week, they've been buying these items out of my store. This was the last of that Lenox china that I bought at that yard sale maybe a year and a half ago. Like I told you in the previous video, I sold the little box 4-piece settings, had 4 of those, sold those pretty quickly and made a good bit of profit. By the first one I sold got me back in the profit. And so the other 3 were all profit. I spent like $30, I think, on the 4 plus these loose pieces. And so then these sales, including this, for get $35, guys. $35 for one pasta bowl. This is 9 inches. This isn't like a gigantic bowl. This isn't a serving bowl. This is to eat out of. 35 bucks. Blows my mind. $35. I know I said that a lot, but seriously, $35 for one bowl. I mean, come on. I think about talking with Caleb about the forks, you know, the flatware, and selling just a couple of forks for similar money. I mean, I don't know. I've never eaten off of anything that fancy. We probably use throwaway plates as much as we use real plates. All right. and look, we've got some kind of semi-nice china, you know, in there that's kind of like the stoneware. But on top of that, we've got a stack of those washable plastic plates you can get at Walmart for $1. So I mean, guys, we're as country and simple as it gets. You know, we're just looking for whatever's easiest. So like I said, I know this stuff is really nice, and I don't know. My mama had a nice set of china that sat in the cabinet we never ate off of. But $35 for a bowl, good Lord. All right, I need to move on. The next item, I've had this in the store for a little while, and this is a set of golf grips. They're Golf Pride. They're super nice, brand new, made in USA. These are vintage, and I got these in a box that was full of different golf grips that were new at my little honey hole thrift store, and I paid $3 for the entire box. And I've already made a couple of sales out of it, so I've made good money. This sale, I got $50 plus shipping for this set, and there were 9 of those in that lot. So I'm glad to get those sold, and I've made a great profit. Pay attention to not just golf clubs, but if you can find new golf supplies or vintage golf supplies that are new, you can make a good price off of those if it's the right brands. Always take time to look them up. All right, next I have another set of CDs going out. So this is a set of rap, hip hop type CDs, 10 of these, including Fat Joe, Big Pun, Onyx, Terror Squad, Spice One, sorry. I don't know all these artists. Some of these I've heard of, some of them I haven't. But there's others in here too. Pharaoh Monk, Big Punisher, Flip Mode. Okay, so you get the idea. It's a big assorted lot. So I know I've been mostly selling the ones that I bought from the storage unit lady. I actually got these at Goodwill. I think there were like 50 that I bought. Someone had brought their collection in, and it's like 50 or 55 different rap and hip hop CDs from the late 90s, early 2000s that I bought. There were a few that I recognized. I mean, there was a Busta Rhymes, there was, you know, an LL Cool J, but a lot of these, I'm not up on that style of music, and I wasn't familiar with these artists. But sometimes that's a good thing because there's less of them available. But anyway, I bought all of them. These sold for $25 plus shipping. Again, CDs, when you find them cheap enough. Now, these were $1 a piece. And I get that that's not a huge profit on that one set. What was that, 10 of them? That sold for $25. So I had $10 in them, basically, or what would that be? $9.90 maybe, something like that. $9.89 in them. And I sold them for $25 plus ship. But here's the thing. Like I said, I bought like 50 plus of these, and some of the lots sold for more than this. So I'm already somewhere in the vicinity of like $75, $80. So I had about, I think, because some of them were half off, some of them were only 50 cents. So what would that be? I can't remember the exact total. Maybe I had like $45 in the 55 CDs or so. The first 2 lots paid for all of them and got me in the profit. And that leaves me 3 lots to sell for profit. So if I sell them for $25, you know, that's a potential of $50, $75, you know, depending on, I know we got to do it, take all the fees out and all that stuff. But I mean, that's a good profit is my point. I feel like I'm rambling today. Sorry about that. I thought this would be super short. I'm already at 10 minutes on the camera here. So let's move on, try to get these last couple. I got 2 more orders to show you. So this next one is a Lillian San Francisco. It's faux fur. So I'll try to put a thumbnail. I know sometimes I say that and then I fail to do it, but I'll do my best to put a thumbnail up. This is a beautiful coat. It is faux fur, like I said, but it is made in the USA. It is union made. It's got all those stamps. This is definitely very much a vintage coat. I thought it was a super cool item when I found it. I've had this in the store for a while, probably Well, I think I listed it at the end of the winter last year. So, I mean, it was one of those items that came into my local thrift store, and it was a little late to really probably make the sale because the cold weather was coming to an end. But it did sell this year, and I'm glad of that. So it sold for $45, and I think I gave $5 for this at the local thrift. So 5 into 45. All right, I've got one more item. And let me just really quickly say, guys, again, if you haven't subscribed and you're watching, you enjoy my content, guys, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, give me a thumbs up. Drop me a comment. One thing I would like you to do, if you've watched all of this video, is give me some ideas. Tell me some things that you would like me to talk about or that you would like to know about. If I can at all, if I know anything about the subject, I'll try to address it. And if I don't, I will do my best to research and learn and come up with good information to share with you. I've taught school, or I did teach school for 18 years. So if there's anything that I'm familiar with that's doing research and planning and putting lessons together, I mean, I know how to do that. And I think that applies really well to what I'm trying to do, especially when I put together videos where I try to offer some tips and pointers and provide a little bit of education regarding reselling. I hope it comes across well. I'm doing the best I can, but I would love your feedback. So give me more feedback. The more I get, the better job I can do, and the more I can help you. And helping you helps me, because when I don't know something, the more I research it, the better reseller I become. And so we can all grow together and become better in the process. All right. Last item, this is my best sale. I think I gave $15 for this. It's been a while, and I probably should do that. I mean, I don't do a spreadsheet like some people do. I'm just going to be honest. I don't. I usually depend on this thing right here. And most of the time, it's pretty sharp. Every now and then, like I can't remember if this was $14.99 or $19.99. I believe it was $14.99. So I think I paid $15 for this, basically. But it is a Sony CFD 370 cassette and CD player. And I'll show you it in just a second. So this is the cord. That's the exciting part, right? It actually, I think, has a short in it, and I noted that in the listing. This is the owner's manual. You don't see that often. It also came with the remote, which was a huge bonus. One of the reasons why I decided to get this. And then the actual player is just a nice little, nice little boom box. Nothing fancy, guys. Your typical CD player, everything works. The antenna's in great shape. The battery compartment is clean. It's not the original power cord, but the power cord does work on it. So anyway, had this listed, I would say probably 6 months. I've talked about this before, so the last little tip I'll give you, it's very, very easy to become impatient with items that you have listed in your store. When you know they have a certain value and you start getting watchers, and I'm not saying don't send offers, because if this would have moved 4 months ago for $10 less than what I had it listed by sending out an offer or receiving an offer, I would have took it. But this is what I noticed with my behavior, is as it approached that 6-month window, and I know a lot of people mark things down constantly, but I knew what the value of this was. It's just not a fast mover. And in spite of that, I still found myself starting to send out offers in the last month that were like $20, $25 less than what I had it listed for. And I had this listed at $89.99, so $90, okay? So I was sending out offers like $55 and $60, okay? I mean, I'm talking about getting down like $30 off and better of what I had it listed. I said 20 or 25, but I distinctly remember last week sending an offer. I think it was $55, and I sent several at 60 and 65. No bites at all. And then out of the blue, we're sitting on the couch the other night eating our dinner, that we hear that beautiful cha-ching sound, and my wife says, "Oh, you made a $90 sale." I was like, $90 sale? I couldn't remember what I had listed for $90 right now, because it's been on there a while. And I looked on my phone, and lo and behold, it's a CD player. So I've experienced this a lot of times. I'm glad they didn't take the offers. I would have left a lot of money on the table. I mean, $30 is a lot just to leave laying there. So, be patient enough. If you've got the room to store your items, be patient enough to let it sell for what the market dictates and tells you that it will sell for. A fast sell through may be that there are, 5 items listed and 3 sold in the last 90 days, but that tells you it's probably going to take a while for those to all sell. 3 sold in 90 days, there's a 5-month supply already on there. So it might take 5 or 6 months to move that item, but it does move. And whatever the market is dictating the price to be, it will move at that. Now you can price yours way down and probably send it out the door in a hurry if that's what you want to do. I could have probably priced this at 40 bucks and then the next one sold. But I put it at the market rate, kind of in that sweet spot, and some have sold for more, but I put it there and I got my money. Not because I wasn't trying to force it or wasn't being impatient, but I did get what I asked for. So keep that in mind. Maybe that'll help you out down the road. Like I said, I know we can't hold on to everything. We can't just have huge backstock. We got to let stuff move, and I'm a proponent of that. I'm a proponent of sending offers and keeping stuff going out the door. But when you got a really good item, okay, this is a higher dollar item that you know holds its value and has that much value, sometimes it's good to be patient. All right, that's all I got for you today, guys. Man, I love doing this. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I enjoy making the videos, guys. Remember, I love you. God loves you. And whatever you do, guys, please don't ever give up. See you on the next one.